doing some more testing, and today, wow, some of these whoops are deep. Today we're out here testing the 300 two-stroke against the KTM 250XC-F, just to see how it feels out in some of the whoops and single track. That little 250 four-stroke actually feels very two-stroke-esque, but the power is so controllable. I mean, it inspires a lot of confidence. Yeah, it doesn't have as much power as this. This bike is like a beast on the motor compared to the 254 stroke. But the power on that four-stroke is just so linear, so smooth, so predictable that it makes it really nice. You know, versus the power on this is so explosive. Now, that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. But man, you gotta respect the power of this bike, because if you don't, holy crap, you get used to the power on that 250, and you get used to kind of getting a fistful of throttle out of corners and stuff, which is a ton of fun. And then you get back on this bike on the 300, and if you treat it just like that and just get a handful of throttle, holy crap, you'll be on your butt, because it just explodes. The power comes on so fast on this thing. So this, it's all about kind of massaging the throttle, flipping the throttle, and it's a freaking load of fun. On the 250, it's a load of fun, but man, you're giving more gas, and the motor's just easier to control. I mean, that's all there is to it, which in many ways is a good thing. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a good thing. They both have their advantages. This thing is like coming up that hill, holy crap, it just hauls the bacon. And then you get up there into some tricky spots, you're a little bit lower RPM in third gear, and this thing will just climb right out of it. Okay, switched over to the 250 four-stroke, and I'm gonna do that same little hill section again. See what gives. I mean, right away, I notice I don't have as much power to work with on this, and I haven't even hit the steep part yet. Do I have plenty of power? Yeah. Do I have as much power? No. Am I still wheeling off of these whoops? Yes. Is this bike light and slickable? Yeah. Did I shift uphill? Shift just now going uphill? Yeah. To shift on the way up that, because I kind of slowed down, got kind of weird off of a rock, and I ended up shifting that bike. Yeah, so towards the top I ended up kind of hitting a rock wrong, which took a bunch of my momentum, and I had to shift down. And I did a real similar thing on that one, and it just carried me through. I did not shift.
Yeah, that's the same thing I had to do with that. It's probably the same spot. It was kind of a tight corner with some rocks.
Yeah, there's like, yeah, you had to either hit the rock close, right by the tree, or go wide and possibly hit another rock. And it just sort of takes your momentum. And on this one, as soon as I did that, boom, I had to shift down. On that one, I didn't.
I didn't shift down.
I maybe feathered the clutch on the 300, and then it just whack, just came back alive.
I mean, that's the big difference between this motor versus that one. I mean, I actually feel like this one's a little more balanced and it feels more nimble, where this feels heavier.
Well, yeah, and that's because that's the 2015 frame. Right. This is the 2016 frame.
It's all new design and everything.
And we can't really put our finger on it, but this 2016 frame feels better than 2015 frame. The chassis, that motor, I like the motor better on that, but I like the frame better on this. So interesting. This thing is just so light. You just dart into the corners. Like this one, it just lays over. And man, it's good. I cannot tell you how much I love the way this bike corners. Wow. And honestly, the more I ride it, the more I like it. Jeez. I'm gonna have to do this same section on the 300. See what gives. Man, it's good on this. This is a good spot to turn. I'm going to do the exact same thing on a 300 up that windy, awesome single track with lots of corners, and tell you what I think about the difference. So immediately, when you get back on this thing, you're like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of power. Oh, and blew the corner. Doesn't turn quite as fast. But wow, that power explodes. Yeah, this thing, this 2015 frame on this 300XC, it does not want to lay over as much in the corners as that 2016 250. That thing, corners, okay, I'm getting into it a little better. The little 250 was cornered great. Well, advantage right there to that, the 300. There was a deep whoop, and on the 250 I kind of pounded through it because I didn't have quite enough gusto. Partly because I didn't know it was coming. On the 300 I did know it was coming, and then I just rolled on the throttle a little bit and made it through it with the power, just boom, sucked it up. But you know what? This thing isn't quite as quick in the corners. Man, that little 254 stroke is phenomenal. The motor on this just kills though. Wow, I'm already here. Holy crap. Man, the motor on this thing kills, but that thing kills in the corners. Man, if we could mate the two bikes together, these two bikes need to have a baby.